The world runs on one invisible force, not money, not power, but identity. Who you believe you are quietly decides what you do, what you tolerate, and what you dream of. Every choice, every fear, every desire begins with one hidden assumption. This is who I am. We change jobs, relationships, even our beliefs, not just to find happiness, but to stay consistent with that inner image. Because when identity feels threatened, we don't fight for truth, we fight for continuity. Identity shapes our beliefs, fuels our emotions, and guides our daily habits, often without us realizing it. The world doesn't reflect who we truly are, it reflects who we believe we are. The smaller the circle we draw around ourselves, the smaller life becomes, because identity defines the limits of what we allow ourselves to experience. And perhaps that's why so many of us feel trapped, not by circumstance, but by the invisible story we keep repeating about who we are. We aren't born saying, "This is who I am." That idea is built layer by layer. In childhood, every word shapes us. You're smart, you're quiet, you're difficult. These labels become anchors. We repeat what wins approval and avoid what brings rejection. And slowly, those patterns harden into me. Then comes society, culture, gender, family, career, telling us who we should be before we ever discover who we are. Over time, memory starts weaving all those moments into a single thread, a story that gives us the illusion of continuity. We call it myself. But that story isn't fixed. It bends with time, emotion, and circumstance. Identity isn't one thing, it's a collage, part inherited, part conditioned, part imagined. And yet, we cling to it because without a story, we fear we might disappear. When we treat it as fixed, we suffer. When we see it as a fluid, we grow. Psychologists say identity isn't something we have, it's something we're constantly creating. So it's not a photograph, it's a film rewriting itself every moment. Not every identity helps us grow. A healthy one feels light, it gives energy and peace. But a rigid one breeds anxiety, stress, and inner conflict. We start defending who we think we are instead of becoming who we could be. Feedback feels like an attack. We cling to stories that have long been forgotten. Most suffering doesn't come from what happens, but from what it means to who we think we are. Losing a job isn't just losing income, it feels like losing worth. Growth hurts because every step forward asks an old version of you to die. Your identity should serve your values, not your past. So ask yourself, does your identity make you more alive or more afraid? Then the goal isn't to erase identity any longer. It's to make it conscious and letting it empower you. A healthy identity is rooted in values, not labels, flexible, adapting as life changes, inclusive, not built on comparison, chosen, not inherited. So here is a small challenge. For a moment, forget every label you have been given, your job, your roles, even your past. Ask yourself, who am I when I'm not trying to be anyone? Write the values you want to live by, the energy you want to bring, the kind of person you want to become. This is your chance to create an identity that calms your mind instead of stressing it. A story that serves your growth, not your fear.